IGNOU MSO-002 Important Question Answers.
What is positivism? Positivism is a philosophical theory and approach to knowledge that asserts that the only authentic knowledge is that which is based on empirical evidence, such as observations, experiments, and measurable facts. It emphasizes that knowledge must be derived from observable phenomena and verifiable data, rejecting metaphysical and speculative explanations. Auguste Comte, a French philosopher, is credited with founding positivism, and he believed that human thought progresses through these three stages: theological, metaphysical, and positive or scientific. In this positive stage, science based on empirical observations and logical reasoning becomes the primary means of understanding the world. The key tenets of positivism include empiricism, scientific method, objectivity. Empirism knowledge must come from sensory experience and be grounded in empirical observation. Scientific method. The scientific method involving hypothesis testing, measurement, and experimentation is the ideal approach to acquiring knowledge. Objectivity. Knowledge must be free from subjective biases and emotions, focusing on observable objective facts. Prediction and control. Scientific knowledge should not only describe the world but also allow for the prediction of future events and control over natural and social processes. In the social sciences, positivism seeks to apply the methods of natural science, such as physics and chemistry, to the study of society, aiming for value free, objective knowledge. Early sociologists, including Comte, believed that society could be studied in the same way as the natural world, using quantitative methods to uncover the laws governing human behavior and social phenomena. Anthony Giddens, a prominent British sociologist, has been critical of positivism, particularly in its application to the social sciences. His critique centers on the idea that social world is fundamentally different from the natural world, and therefore the methods of the natural sciences are inadequate for studying human society. Giddens argues that human agency, meaning the social structure, must be taken into the account when analyzing social phenomena. Here are the key points of Giddens' critique of positivism. First one, human agency and reflexivity. One of the Giddens' main criticism of positivism is its deterministic view of human behavior, which it treats individual as a passive subject who are governed by social laws in the same way that natural laws govern physical phenomena. In contrast, Giddens emphasizes the importance of human agency, meaning that individuals are acting agents who make choices, reflect on their actions, and influence their social environment. And reflexivity. Giddens argues that human beings are reflexive agents. This means that individuals are not only capable of reflecting on their own actions and social conditions, but also capable of altering their behavior in response to their reflections. This reflexivity makes social life dynamic and constantly evolving, challenging the positivist assumption that society operates according to fixed and unchanging laws. Consciousness and intentionality. Unlike objects in the natural world, humans act with intentionality and purpose. Positivism, by focusing on the observable behavior and quantifiable data, neglects the subjective meanings and intentions behind human actions. Giddens argue that understanding social phenomena requires attention to the meanings that individuals attach to their actions, which cannot be reduced to mere empirical observations. The double hermeneutic. Giddens introduces the concept of the double hermeneutic to explain the unique nature of social sciences compared to the natural sciences. In the natural sciences, scientists study objects that do not have knowledge of the scientific theories being applied to them, such as atoms or planets. In contrast, in the social sciences, the subjects being studied, human beings are aware of the theories and concepts that describe their behavior, and they may change their behavior in response to this knowledge. Mutual interaction between knowledge and society. The double hermeneutic refers to the fact that social science theories become part of world they describe. For example, if sociologists develop a theory about social class, individuals in society may adopt this theory in their own self understanding, which can influence their behavior. This means that social reality is constantly shaped by the interaction between social scientific knowledge and everyday social life. This dynamic nature of social reality poses a challenge to positivist approaches that seeks to find stable and universal laws governing society. Critique of objectivity. Positivism strives for objectivity, that the elimination of bias in the study of social phenomena, but Giddens questions whether this is truly possible or even desirable in the social sciences. The role of values in social research. Giddens argues that social scientists cannot separate themselves from the values, cultural norms, and historical context in which they are embedded. The very questions that social scientists ask, the methods they use, and the interpretations they make influenced by these factors. For Giddens, acknowledging the role of values and reflexivity in social science is important for understanding the complex and situated nature of social life. Constructing social reality. According to Giddens, positivism ignores the fact that categories used in the social research, such as race, class, gender, are not fixed and natural but are constructed by the social processes. These categories are fluid and subject to change, and understanding their historical and cultural context is crucial. The quest for value free objective knowledge in the social sciences is problematic because it overlooks the socially constructed nature of reality. Structuration theory. An alternative to positivism, in response to the limitations of positivism, Giddens developed a structuration theory as a alternative framework for understanding the relationship between agency and structure in social life. Structuration theory provides a more flexible and dynamic approach to analyzing social phenomena, recognizing the mutual constitution of individuals and social structures. Agency and structure as interconnected. According to Giddens, society is not a rigid structure that determines human behavior, nor it is merely the sum of individual actions. Instead, social structures are both the medium and the outcome of human actions. In other words, individuals create and reproduce social structures through their everyday activities, but at the same time, these structures shape and constrain their behavior. Rejection of structural determinism. Giddens rejects the determinism inherent in positivist approaches, which often depict social structures as external forces that control human behavior. Instead, he emphasizes the dialectical relationship between agency and structure, where individuals have the capacity to change social structure while being influenced by them. Qualitative research methods. Giddens critique positivism's over reliance on quantitative methods and assumption that statistical analysis alone can capture the complexity of social life. He argues for the importance of qualitative research methods such as ethnography, interviews, and case studies, which provide deeper insights into the subjective experience, meanings, and social context that shape human behavior. Understanding meaning. Giddens believe that to fully understand social phenomena, researchers must engage with the meaning and interpretations that individuals assign to their actions. Qualitative methods allow social scientists to explore these meanings in ways that quantitative methods such as surveys and experiments cannot. Contextualized knowledge. Qualitative methods also enable a more contextualized understanding of social life, recognizing the importance of historical, cultural, and situational factors. Giddens argues that social scientists should focus on the particularities of specific social context rather than seeking universal laws as positivism does. And the conclusion is Giddens' contribution to the critique of positivism. Anthony Giddens' critique of positivism highlights the limitations of applying the methods of natural sciences to the study of the society. He emphasizes the importance of human agency, reflexivity, and meaning in understanding the social phenomena, rejecting the deterministic and objectivist assumption of positivism. Giddens' saturation theory offers a more dynamic approach to analyzing the interaction between individuals and the social structures. Recognizing that social life is continuously shaped by human action and interpretation. His critique of positivism has been influential in promoting qualitative research methods and encouraging a more nuanced, reflexive approach to the social sciences where the complexity and fluidity of social life are acknowledged.